Okay, welcome to Buckenham Historical War Gamers. Tonight we're playing the action of Cacabellos, 3rd of January 1809, which was part of the retreat to Corunna. So you can see it's very snowy conditions. We've got the village of Cacabellos here with the British rearguard and the Paget. Over here we're going to Astoria and then further on to Corunna. For tonight's scenario, we've got martial suits advanced guard, mainly cavalry. Coming up the road here, the French commander is the one who famously was shot by Rifleman Plunket. We've got the 3rd Hussars and the 15th Hussars coming up the road. We've got detachments, the 95th Rifles, and all these are KGL Hussars. They're standing in for the 15th Hussars, who fought brave on the day. Previous day they'd fought at Benevent, further down the road. In the middle of the village, there's a court-martial taking place. Paget was absolutely determined to have his men either flogged or hanged. There was repeated attempts by the 15th Hussars to say there is imminent danger. So the Allies, they're going to have to roll to see when they can activate. Further up here, we've got another brigade with the wagons train. For the purpose of this scenario, the wagons, they've got to get off the road with as much of the rear guard as possible. We're playing black powder tonight, and we'll let you know how the scenario went. Thank you very much.
In the village of Cacabellos, General Paget had formed his battalions in a hollow square to witness the punishment of 3 plunderers. The 2 infantrymen and 1 gunner had the ropes round their necks when their sentence was peremptorily commuted by the sudden and rapid appearance of the French. The sounds of firing from the pickets of the 95th Rifles posted to the east of the village alerted Paget and his gathered officers and men to the near danger, and the summary executions were abandoned amid cheers from the ranks. The red-coated battalions were then hastened to meet the enemy. Fortunately for Paget, the 95th, supported by the 15th Hussars, were fighting admirably, buying time for the infantry in the village to take up positions, and the supply wagons to make for the nearby narrow bridge and safety. The 15th Hussars clashed with the oncoming light cavalry of General Colbert, and so fierce was the British charge that the French 3rd Hussars and 15th Chasseurs Cheval were both ignominiously thrown back in rout in quick succession. A vexed Colbert ordered the leading squadron of Lahoussaye's dragoons to countercharge the British Hussars on tiring horses. The 15th Hussars were themselves then badly cut up, the survivors galloping for the bridge. The companies of the 95th steadily pulled back either side of the road to the village, and through the snow-covered enclosures either side, all the while galling the advancing French with their well-directed fire. The leading battalions of General Merle's 1st Division were now advancing towards the village. More French battalions advanced just to the south of the village, aiming for the river and a possible ford there they could cross. The action now became more lively, and after a fierce exchange of close-range musketry, the French drove the British out of the village. The 28th and 20th afoot, still in good order, escaped toward the bridge. The 79th Highlanders, however, fighting to the last to cover the retreat, were broken after taking heavy losses. The 52nd afoot and a battery of horse artillery took position on the western bank of the narrow but fast-flowing Cua close to the right bridge. Colbert joined Lahoussaye as he now led forward his 4 regiments of dragoons in support of Merle's infantry, advancing on the river. The leading squadrons of dragoons, cantering ahead of the infantry, were met with a blast of grape shot from the British horse battery and forced to retire. Colbert and Lahoussaye, perceiving that the British cannon and infantry must be defending the ford, ordered the rest of the dragoons to charge, and these bravely rode into the fire of the British cannon, negotiated the ice-cold river, and overran the guns. As the dragoons vengefully cut down the British gun crews, Merle's leading battalion splashed their way across the fordable part of the river, all the while taking casualties from the 52nd and the rifles of the ever-roving 95th. The French infantry pushed on up the far bank in an attempt to drive the British back and cut the road from the bridge as it climbed up, high ground toward a lofty ridge. The 52nd retired a short distance and then, supported by the 28th and elements of the 20th, engaged in a sharp musketry duel with the French. Paget ordered 2 companies of the 95th, some of the last of his command, to have just got across the bridge to engage the French right flank, and their telling fire decided the issue. The towering French retreated from the British crossfire, and General Colbert, close to the bridge by which the British had just managed to escape his grasp, came to the notice of a noted marksman, Rifleman Tom Plunket.
When I was younger, gossips would say, when I grew older, I'd be a soldier. Rattles and toys, I threw them away, except a drum and a sabre. When I was older, as up I grew, I went to see a grand review. Colours flying, set me dying to embark on a life's anew. All the merry just march away, soldiers' glory lives in stories. Laurels are grey when its locks are grey, the new love for the life of a soldier. Listed to battle we marched along, courting danger, fear no stranger. Cannon speak time to the trumpet song, and every heart a hero's. Charge, O gallant leaders cry, on like lions then we fly. Fire and thunder, foes not under now, hurrah for victory. Roll the merry drums, march away, soldiers' glory lives in story.